Hello and welcome to Gierok Farms. In today's video, we're going to be moving some rock around, and we're kind of improving a waterway at the same time. So we got to get that dump wagon out so we can move some rock with that. But we got a bunch of equipment in the way, so we got to start moving some stuff. There now. Hopefully this load ain't too much for this dump wagon. I don't think it is, but we'll take our time. you can see when we were dumping that rock or that old concrete, using a dump box on a steeper slope like that, you got to be careful so that when you got a full load, you don't jack it up super high and then it would twist one way or the other and flip over. That's something you got to watch out for with any kind of dump box, you know, even if it's like a dump truck or an end dump semi, or even just a dump box on a pickup. That's a pretty common accident.
I think we did pretty good here.
Yeah.
Must be some experience in it.
Yeah, I'd say. Maybe you'll do that as your retirement job, go drive a dump truck or something.
Dump truck, yeah.
Yeah, this is a pretty common practice by us. I know when the government redoes creeks and stuff, they'll use like limestone breaker rock, and they'll put it along, you know, along the creek side or waterways entering the creek to help prevent soil from eroding into the creek.
It's already up higher. So I'll have to come down here after it rains a bunch and readjust. You'll see where the water's going in, it starts to undermine a little bit. You take more stone, and it seems like if you do it right away, you can prevent a lot of problems. I mean, then the hole is not nearly as big. Because I took this is actually from a church sidewalk that we redid at our church, and then I rented a breaker or the Bobcat last fall and broke it all up into these little pieces so that it would be available when we do projects like this. Because you can't always get this stuff. Sometimes they don't have it even. You got to wait for it. And it's extremely expensive. This kind of size stuff out of the quarry is more expensive than the road gravel. For whatever reason, I'm not exactly sure why, but anyhow, it doesn't really matter. So making good use out of it. If we leave the pieces too big, what happens is then they don't fall in when the water starts trying to come around them, and it almost makes it almost like they start to undermine. It just settles in more once it rains a few times. We might have to bring the rest of that out, and then we can put it right where we need it.
I think this new seeding is probably the best looking new seeding you got on the farm so far. For all the dirt work you redid, I think this is taking off.
Yeah, and they're kind of limited on topsoil here, so we're manuring it good. We're taking our summer manures, which is great.
Yeah, I think it looks really nice. It's really establishing well.
And it's drier now, so we can drive here. Once it gets a little wet, I don't want to come onto this steep stuff.
And you can kind of still see yet where we threw that bedding off in that last video when we were working over here. Covered the waterway and some old bedding, some old hay, and some old chaff, in order to prevent that from washing out right before that big storm, or at least what we thought was going to be a big storm. It ended up not being as bad as they said it was going to be, so that worked out nice. Kind of slowed down that couple tenths that we ended up getting. So we're up the hill from where we dumped all that old concrete, and he's kind of trimmed off a couple old trees in the past couple days. He came up here with the skid steer to kind of push some of that brush down in and out of the way so that grass can start growing in here real nice. He's got a couple logs over there to add to the firewood pile, and this one as well. Making quite a bit of progress up here. It's turning out to be pretty nice and open pasture. I think the cows are really loving it. They're right over the hill here. I think the cows have been enjoying the weather this week. I think they still would prefer it to be a little bit cooler, but it's been a lot nicer than it was for the past month. Kind of cooled off this week. It's been windy, you know, 75, 80, a bit better than 90 and really humid. So, but yeah, that was a bit of a land management video, kind of sprucing up things around here. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you haven't already, make sure to like and subscribe. All we got left to do now is bring the equipment back down to the yard. Thank you all for watching, and make sure to check out our other videos.